Your skin is not a paper, don't cut it. Your face is not a mess, don't hide it. Your size is not a book, don't judge it. And your life is not a film, don't end it. Imagine yourself standing on the top of a high bridge. You take a deep breath and you leap to your death. By doing that, you are making a permanent solution to a temporary problem. My topic for today is all about suicide attempts. Suicide is an act of an individual taking own life intentionally. It is one of the effects of mental health illness, substance use and impulsivity, bipolar disorder and depression. In Philippines, around 2.2% deaths relating to suicide were recorded per 100,000 inhabitants in 2019. Death is usually caused by self-harm had nearly doubled during the global pandemic in 2020. The PSA or Philippine Statistic Authority reported that more than people died by suicide last year as the pandemic began and dragged on. It took the lives of 4,420 people died last year 2020 on suicide compared to 2,810 deaths on 2019. And globally, 800,000 people die every year. There was this moment named Laura Perry. Looking back to her 15-year-old self, she couldn't see light and hope and only saw darkness and despair. She made a decision, after years of feeling lost, to take her life. Her life at 15 seemed so complicated and she couldn't handle the pain she was feeling. She felt alone, no one to talk to. In those days, we didn't talk about depression. It was a taboo. Taboo means the intense cultural prohibition of suicide forms from a potent barrier to any open or uncritical attitude. Lara put her face mask on and portrayed the happy girl. Her life seemed like a merry-go-round and not in a fun way. Lara felt like the ride would not stop. She couldn't get off. It kept going around the pain. Every day she woke up telling herself, okay, Lara, one more day. If it doesn't get better, then that's it. Then she started telling God, okay, God, if it doesn't get better tomorrow, then that's it. I'm done. One day, she was sitting in a health class. Their teacher gave them an assignment. Write your own obituary. Then Laura wrote a goodbye letter. She felt such a sense of relief to know that she had finally decided. Laura remembered his conversation with God. She cried a lot. She remembered this one moment where she just fell to her knees. She cried out to God, help me. I'll do whatever you want if you just help me. She felt these arms just wrapped around her. She asked God for forgiveness. It was the day that Laura asked Jesus into her heart. She felt peace in her inside. After returning to school the following week, she was walking down the hall. Her friend stopped her and asked if she had heard about Sarah. Sarah was their classmate who had been fighting leukemia. Her classmate let her know that Sarah had lost her fight. All Laura could think about was that a few days ago she was fighting to die, and she was fighting to live. It was at that moment that she knew that she had given a second chance to live. She felt so guilty and ashamed. She knew she had not to waste this time. She wasn't sure what her journey would look like, but she knew she had to figure it out. Her quote in life was, I will be that person to walk alongside, lean on, and in some cases, I will carry. Until my last breath, I will use this life to shine the light of hope. Fast forward to the present, her journey has been a roller coaster. She had a lot of therapy that provided her tools to navigate life. She ended up going into the mental health field for a little while to help others. She hoped that she had provided a lighted path for people. She gave her clients a heart and a soul. As she writes, she think of the word hope. Hope stands for help others plan existence, and the focus that she wants to strive for as she continues this opportunity God has given her. According to Lara, we are here. We are here for a reason to walk beside our brothers and sisters. She wants to share the hope that there is hope in the darkness. One of the things she remembered the day in the hospital is the footprints poem. She said, God carried me that day and the days that followed. I will be that person to walk alongside, lean on, and in some cases, I will carry until my last breath. I will use this life to shine the light of hope. The story of Laura teaches us a big lesson in life to always find hope amidst difficulties. Depression is a serious thing. Yes, we have different stories in life. No matter how much pain you're experiencing right now, you're not alone. Some of the finest, most admired, needed, and talented people have been where you are now. Many of us have thought about taking our own lives when we've felt overwhelmed by depression and devoid of all hope. But the pain of depression can be treated and hope can be renewed. No matter what your situation, there are people who need you, places where you can make a difference, and experiences that can remind you that life is worth living. You can use that courage to face life, to learn coping skills for overcoming depression, and for finding the strength to keep going. Remember that your emotions are not fixed. They are constantly changing. How you feel today may not be the same as how you felt yesterday, or how you'll feel tomorrow or next week. Your absence would create grief and anguish in the lives of friends and loved ones. There are many things you can still accomplish in your life. You need to surround yourself with positive influence and people who can make you feel good about yourself, and learn to deal with stress in a healthy way. You know, Lara was right. We are here for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And if in some point something bad happens to your life, consider it as a task for you to be stronger enough. There is a purpose in everything. Now is the time for you to change your life. Stay positive, choose the right thought, and be hopeful.